tough as a brother.
All right, welcome everybody. It's Forgiven Soldier Radio Show on 90.3 WKWC. Today I have a special guest, a good friend, and I got a story about us becoming friends, but none other than Mr. Colt Graves. How you doing, Colt?
I am doing great, Brian.
Man,
Thank you so much.
You look
it's
good.
Good to see you.
You look
Except for
good.
that boot on your foot, buddy.
Yeah, we ain't going to talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Actually, we are going to talk about it. This is a radio show. We need to talk about
We're just
it.
going to curb that. I know.
That's nice.
Thanks.
So, I was FaceTiming my wife, and there was a van, Wellington Flowers. Shout out to Wellington Flower van. And he was coming up, and I looked at him, and I was like, okay, I need to get out of his way. So I went
Wait a minute. This is starting to sound like a lawsuit. Is this what we're thinking
This
here?
is what I'm going
Are you
with
going
right
to own
now.
that flower shop?
I'm writing the subpoena right now.
Oh, got it. Okay, go ahead.
But I'm just kidding. So, anyways, I saw the van. We made eye contact. I was like, let me get out of your way.
I've been thinking about faking an injury for a little bit now.
Yeah. I would highly suggest it. So much sympathy goes with it, you know.
People feel bad for me and give me
People feel
attention.
bad for me. But I was at a nursing home, of all places, and I went to step on the curb, and I guess I missed it, and I halved it, you know, and my ankle road popped.
How slow was the fall?
It was really slow. I was about to say it was really slow.
Was it
like
slow
I
motion
saw
fall?
every pebble on the ground before I landed, and I rode out, you know, because that's what they teach in the military is, you know, roll when you fall so you don't break a hip.
Right.
And I'm laying in the ground on my back, FaceTime still going to my wife. And Wellington Flower guy is still, he parked, he stopped, and my sister was walking up, and she's like, are you okay? And the guy got out of the van, and he's like, I did not hit him. Like, I do not want to, it was a young kid.
Yeah.
And anyways, out front of the nursing home, nobody came out. Everybody stayed inside.
Huh.
So my sister didn't even help me out.
I
She
mean,
just
for as
walked right
old as
inside.
you look, I would assume that they would come out thinking that you might be a patient there to help you.
Not going to comment, but anyways, when I finally walked in, the lady at the front desk was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Well, I wasn't like 2 minutes ago when I was laying on the ground."
Ma'am, I've been laying out there for 10 minutes.
Hitting my life alert button, like, "Help me, I've fallen." Nobody came, but anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Sure.
We're going to talk about Mr. Colt Graves making it big,
Thank you.
right? So.
Yeah.
So for people, there might be some people that don't even know you, which is weird because you've been all over.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that
a
don't know
lot
me.
of people, but we're going to try to help that. So where did it start? Where did this?
So I've always kind of
begin?
been invested in music and had interest, you know, coming from my grandfather's who's in the Bluegrass Hall of Fame to my father, who's Josh Graves Jr., you know, who played with Jenny C. Riley. He was with Ronnie and the Daytonas. They had a song called Lil GTO, and I've always just kind of been around music and never fully pursued it. You know, I thought that I was at times, but just wasn't making the sacrifices to make it happen. And then about just a little over a year ago, I had a mindset switch, and I was like, you know what? It's time for me to do this. So I need to focus now. So I did. I started putting out some songs. I put out 4 songs, and they did pretty good. Not the best, not the worst. They did pretty good. And I was like, all right, we're on the right path. From that moment, I put out another song exactly 1 year after I put out my first song. First song was On Some Roads. The last song that I put out was Dirt on Me. Well, Dirt on Me goes all the way up in charts to number 13 on iTunes. And
That's crazy.
I know. I was like, all right, cool, we're in here. Well, then like 2 days later, it goes all the way down to number 2 on the Amazon. I'm Sean Connery.
I'm on Amazon.
The Amazon. You sound like Peter Griffin for some
I'm
reason.
on the Amazon. Brian? I don't, whatever.
Yeah, so on the Amazon charts, it got down to number 2, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Look, mama, I've made it.
Yeah.
And then literally probably maybe like a week after that, I'm on TikTok. Out of all places, everybody's like, you got to do TikToks. I was like, I hate TikToks.
I know I invited you to a bunch of places trying to get you in there. And
Wouldn't do it.
And
I'm not interested.
yeah.
I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm probably fixing to leave right now.
Well, let's talk about what you want to do.
Okay, yeah. No, but then I was on Timberland. Yeah, you know, my brain is
it Timberland or Timba?
Timberland is the boots.
That's right. So it's Timba.
Timberland is the producer.
Who got your eye? Yeah.
Yep. And so he hears the song. He hears my song "Crazy," and he was like, "Oh my god, this is good." And I was like, "Cool." Then he hears "Dirt on Me," and he's like, "Oh man, you're a superstar." And I was like, "All right, baby, let's go. Let's see if this is true." He ends up following me on TikTok. I grow wild hair, and I was like, "Hey," send him a message. I was like, "Hey, we should definitely collab on something." Then he said, "What's your email?" So I gave him the email.
Do you say, "Hey, I got a song idea"? It's almost like bringing sexy back.
Yeah.
Like something like
the
that.
mother boys, they don't know how to act. They don't
do the whole conversation like that.
No, I was trying to.
Wouldn't have reached out.
No, yeah, I was trying to look cooler than what I actually
It's like,
am.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, so he ends up sending the email. We messaged back and forth, and he was like, send some more songs. So I sent all my songs I had, and he was like, "You know what, this is fire. What's your number?" I was like, "Oh."
Do you have him saved in your phone right now?
Huh?
Do you have him saved in your phone right now?
Oh, yeah. You want to see?
I mean, what's the chances of calling him?
0.
0?
Yeah, I'm not calling him right now.
I tried, guys.
Good try. Good reach trying to get him on here, bud. That'd have really grown you. You were so close. If I was a little...
Either if I get him or
if
Garth
I liked
Brooks.
you a little better, I would have done it.
Ouch.
If I liked you just a little better, I would have.
You know what? I'm gonna break your story to tell you a story about us.
Go ahead.
So we were working at Don Moore. Can I say Don Moore? Are y'all on good terms? Did you just leave?
Don Moore. Yes, we are. We're on
Okay,
great
we're
terms.
working at Don Moore together.
Shout out to Don Moore.
Shout out. And Colt was a sales manager. I was a salesperson. We had a good relationship with our customers, and we worked good together. I thought, and we spend most of our time on the parking lot just waiting for people to come in, and it gives us a chance to get to know each other and talk and fellowship on the car lot. So I was asking Colt, I was like, "Hey man," I was like, and I was being vulnerable and being honest. I was like, "Hey, you're a good friend, and I appreciate your friendship." And he's like, "I got too many friends. I don't need any more friends."
I did not
yes,
say
you
that.
did. I put that on everything. He said, I have too many friends right now," and then he walked away. And I looked at Adam Ash, and I'm like, "Can you believe this dude right now?" Like I was being vulnerable, and that's what he said. But it obviously wasn't true because I reached out and said, "Hey, I need a favor. I need you on my show."
I don't do favors for everybody.
I know.
And also,
so it don't hurt as bad as it used to.
How much did you say you were paying me to come here again?
We'll talk about it afterwards. Yeah, we'll talk about it afterwards. But
great.
Let's get back to the music part of it.
Oh, sure.
So I want to talk about, so when you said you were working and you had to get more focused on this, and this is what you wanted to do, you started a little group. Are we allowed to talk about that, Tennessee?
No, so that was before then. That was before I was really focused. Yeah, so that's really what got me really comfortable doing what I want to do with music, was Tennessee. So shout out to Jay Jones, friend of mine. And basically, I had been, I've always been too hood for the country and too country for the hood. I grew up on a farm part of my life, lived in the crazy areas of my life. So like, there's not a specific music that I really, really enjoy. Like if you were to get on my iTunes, I buy every song. Everybody gets mad at me because I don't do the Apple Music subscription. Yeah. I literally I just purchase all these songs, and it could go from Young Dolph to Morgan Wallen. That's just kind of how my skill is. And Jay came in, he was like, "Look, you can do this, blah, blah, blah." And I had this country style song, and it ended up being the song Backroads. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, it's kind of a bop and it feels good. And then it just sparked, and we just kept working. And the next thing you know, I'm getting involved with a lot of other people who write and do music. And I met Adam Scott, and Adam Scott's been a huge blessing in my life. And met him, started writing songs. Well, then I get around Alan Richardson. Yeah. Well, then
so I know Alan's dad. I used to play music with Alan's dad.
I just met his dad Sunday.
He looks like he's 35.
I know.
He looks like Kenny Chesney.
I know. Very handsome.
Very handsome guy.
Stunning. That's where, Alan gets his looks from his mom, though.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, shout out to Alan's mom. Love her.
Because Alan's dad is very short.
Right.
His
mom's taller. Yeah. That's why. If he didn't wear a hat, though, if Alan's dad wore a hat.
Baseball
backwards. He does. Yeah, but that's Alan's dad.
Alan's dad. I don't know. Like that's Alan Jr. Is he a junior?
He's the second.
He's the second.
What's
I don't know
the difference
Alan's
between a second and a junior?
I think it's just fancier.
Being the second is fancier?
I think I really don't know.
Are you a junior?
No.
I'm not a junior either. But here's the thing. Let me tell you this.
I'd rather be the second instead of junior.
Well, all right.
Because
I mean, I get it, but hear this. So my grandfather, the one that's the Bluegrass Hall of Fame.
yeah, dobro.
Yeah, Dobro.
Yeah.
Josh Graves, I also called him Uncle Josh. I also called him Uncle Buck. His actual name is, I'll say their government name, Burkett Howard Graves, right? Well, then my son.
I can see why you went with Josh.
Yeah, Josh seems like a much better choice than that. So my dad is Josh, which is Burkett Howard Graves Jr., okay? So there's senior, junior. Then my brother is Burkett Howard Graves the third.
The third, yeah. Because they don't have a name for the three.
So why wouldn't my dad just be the second?
He
then?
could. I think he has a choice.
He had a choice.
He can legally change it to the second.
He can change it?
Yeah, you can change your name to anything. Have you not seen Friends? But
Taylor's name was changed?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Let's talk about early life. So you said Morgan Wallen is, your country. There's a lot of people out there who would say different. That Morgan, I think he's really good. He's very talented. Him and Hardy together is like, unstoppable.
Yeah, I love Hardy and Morgan.
So what country artist or country musician, old school, did you like grow up and listen to and comfortable? Like mine was the Eagles. Like I love the Eagles.
Yeah.
And they're not country, but they have country roots.
I think my first love in country was probably Garth Brooks, if I had to say.
That's why you're on the show.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, the pinnacle of this show, if I get Garth Brooks on this show, I'm quitting.
You want me to call Garth Brooks?
If you got Garth Brooks' number.
I better not.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
No, so when growing up, Friends in Low Places, so I was probably 4 or 5, was my favorite song ever. Anytime there was a microphone, I was grabbing it, singing it. We went to those. You remember when you used to go to those, like, this was a long time ago, but you could go to a studio and record a song. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They had them in the malls.
They had them in the malls, right?
Yeah.
So I did Friends in Low Places, but I brought this mandolin that I didn't know how to play that was out of tune. So while the music is playing, I'm going ching, 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 playing it. And I also remember that the Thunder Rolls.
Yep. I know everyone.
It would play that in the car, and it would be like nighttime when my parents would be driving us. And like it always started off with the thunder and, that kind of eerie feeling. The music gives you a feeling.
That minor chord.
Oh, my gosh. Is it a minor chord?
I think so.
Cool. And yeah, it was, it would scare me, and I'd be like, turn it off, cry.
So I do that with Avery. We listen to Garth Brooks in the truck, and the song come on, and the thunder starts happening in the beginning, and I'll look around.
Oh, it still gets you.
And shoot, no, I'm doing it for her. I'm not scared.
Still scares me to
I'm
this
not
day.
scared of thunder, but I'll look around, for her, and she'll like start looking out the windows, like, "Where is it, Daddy?" And then the song plays.
Let's be honest with each other.
I'm a little scared of thunderstorms.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you got a thunder buddy?
If it gets to my wife, if it gets to the point where there might be a nadir coming in,
oh yeah,
I get a little tense.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Anxiety starts setting in.
I'm not really.
Bit.
I don't like them. But like, if you were to say at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, a tornado was coming,
I'm fine with that.
I'm all right.
I'm okay because I can see it coming.
Yeah, but if it's like
night,
yeah.
See, I watched Twister when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and that's what got me afraid of it. The night twisters.
The night twisters.
The night naders is what I called them.
Those are scary.
I got to.
You don't know where they're coming from.
They don't. You don't.
You really
Until
don't know where they're coming from.
you see the lightning, and they're like right on you, and you're like, "What's up, buddy?" And you're done.
You just got to accept your fate.
Yeah.
At that
and
point,
then, you get to meet Jesus. Hopefully, after that. But we're gonna take a break. We're gonna listen to some music.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you cut into. Give me 2 songs that you want to listen to. It can be
hey, you know what, the
your
song
grandfather's song.
Sure.
It could be your song, whatever song you want. You want to listen to your grandfather's song? You want to listen to your song? You want to listen to whatever?
Let's play my song. Let's play Running.
Running, and give me another one.
Let's go with Word Around Town.
Running and Word Around Town by Colt Graves.
Telephone rings by the maker's mark. For it to be you would be a shot in the dark, so I ain't picking up. I pour another cup. Well, I pray every night I don't dream of you, but when I do, it ain't nothing new. The cold hard truth, it's me missing you. Sometimes when I see you, it brings back the leaving. This feeling I'm feeling is some kind of weakness. I need a different view. Well, there ain't nothing I can do but just keep. 'Cause you keep running through my how you thought I would be. Breathe. It ain't a problem with me, cause the bottom of this bottle, it ain't bothering me. Just go rolling my phone until your name pops up. I shouldn't call tonight, but I've drank enough. Baby, we can break them rules and make love like we used to do. Well, I wonder what would happen if I made the call. Would I be better off, or just as lost as the day you walked away? You swore I would never change. Sometimes when I see you, it brings back the leaving. This feeling I'm feeling is some kind of weakness. Well, there ain't nothing I can do. Just keep, 'cause you keep running through my head, running through my head. And I just keep on, 'cause you keep running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. Telephone rings by the maker's mark. For it to be you would be a shot in the dark, so I ain't picking up. I pull another gun and just keep running. The word around town's that you're putting on a real good show. Got everybody thinking that I've done you wrong. You know I know and he knows that ain't how it went down. I thank my stars for a real good friend who snapped a pic of your car, posted up at his crib. Seeing is believing, and I'm thinking karma's coming around. Yeah, the word around town, it's about to be set straight. No more running my name in the ground. You got caught, legs spread, but it ain't my bed. You've been rolling around, you can live with it now. Your name in everyone's mouth. I just hate to be the word around town. I heard your name at the store at least a half a dozen times. Most of it ain't nothing I would even buy. This town might as well have your name in the marquee lights. 'Cause you're the word around town. It's about to be set straight. No more running my name in the ground. You got caught, legs spread, but it ain't my bed. You've been rolling around, you can live with it now. Your name in everyone's mouth. I just hate to be the word around town. Truth is, girl, I spent my time and it was wasted on you. Everywhere I go, there's someone that we knew. We spread the word around town. You just got set straight, no more running my name in the ground. You got caught, legs spread, but it ain't my bed. You've been rolling around, you can live with it now. Your name in everyone's mouth. I just hate to be the word around town. I just hate to be the.
Okay, we're back to the Forgiven Soldier radio show on 90.3 WKWC. We got Colt Graves here in the studio. We're just talking about naders and thunderstorms and stuff, and I had a story. So I lived in California for about 10, 11 years, and they don't have too many naders there. They have rain and thunderstorms and stuff, but what they do have is earthquakes. So growing up as a kid, I lived in Alaska for about 3 or 4 years, in Kentucky. So I guess I went through some earthquakes when I was younger. I remember being under a table for one of them. But in Kentucky, when the nadir comes in, you go into the bathroom, you hug the toilet.
Right.
Everything's good, right? Everything should be good. So when I was in California, we had a big earthquake, and my wife was out of town. I was at home alone. We started having an earthquake, and everything was shaking. I was like, I've never been through an earthquake. I don't know what to do. So I ran into the bathroom, and everything was coming off the walls and stuff. And I'm like, this can't be the safest place for me right now. So I ended up running outside just to see if, just see if anything.
I want to see this.
I want to see it shaking.
Yeah.
And come to find out, that's probably the safest thing that I could have done in the place I was living in. But they say door frame, like getting a door frame or whatever. But have you ever been through an earthquake?
Oh, no.
I don't like earthquakes as much as I don't like tornadoes.
It's the same?
It's just it's different, but it's the same fear. the fear of the unknown, of what's going on. Like I get frantic when there's like a lot of wind and it's like hitting something.
Like, is a tornado coming now?
Yeah, it could be just like 60-mile-an-hour wind hitting like this metal sheet, and it sounds like a tornado's coming through. But
I think I probably have like normal fears like everybody has, but there's like two things that I'm really scared of.
What's that?
Tornadoes,
Yep.
sharks. Don't know why.
In Kentucky, you're afraid of sharks.
I guess.
Have you ever encountered a shark?
Mm-mm.
So we have a mutual friend, Mike Ford. He actually just had a shark attack in Florida.
Did it attack or did they saw it?
I think he saw it and he's
telling
it.
everybody he saw a shark attack.
He embellished the
He's
story.
trying to catch a little fame.
A little
seeing
bit.
the shark attack.
In one of them, there was a picture that had a fin, and it turned out to be a dolphin.
It looks like Photoshop.
It could be Photoshop. But I wouldn't
don't
pin
think
Mike Ford
Mike Ford does not seem like he is a reliable source
on shark attacks.
on shark attacks.
Everything
else, probably very reliable.
He's one of the best friends I have, and I trust him.
Greatest guy I've ever
When it
met
comes
in
to
my
sharks,
life.
I do not.
Well, yeah, me neither.
I just talked about.
Like you liar.
We love you, Mike Ford.
Just kidding, Mike.
So, anyways, let's get back to Colt Graves. So we had starting out with the. So let's go way back. Let's go way back when you didn't have long hair.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know you.
Yeah.
When you didn't have long hair, and you were a rapper.
This gives me my strength.
It does,
Yeah.
and it looks good on you.
Thanks. What happened to yours? Okay. All right. Just moving forward.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Iraq happened to mine.
Sure.
I got pictures.
Yeah. Thanks for pulling that card.
I will. I'll pull it every
appreciate
time.
that. Thank you.
I will pull it every
That's
time.
just- way to make me feel great.
So, anyways, you were a Christian rapper.
You getting all worked up, bud?
I'm getting worked
You
up.
okay?
Iraq,
We're gonna fight in here.
going at it. So, let's talk about the Christian rap and
Sure.
how that came about, and where it stemmed from, and
Yeah. So I think with music and culture, you're a product of your environment, honestly. So a lot of people don't know. So this is going to be kind of new news, but I grew up part of my life on a farm in Portland, Tennessee, and then some things changed in my life. There were some things that were happening, and I was emancipated at the age of 16. So 2 weeks after I turned 16, I was on my own. Ended up having my own place, everything like that. And that's when I started getting involved in all the craziness. You got to understand, I'm 16 years old. I'm out here. Yeah, I've got tattoos at 16. You know what I mean? I had my first tattoo at 15. So I'm out there running wild. You know what I mean? And really got involved with the hood and trap and that kind of culture. And it consumed my life. It's a completely different world within the world we live in that people see and sometimes know, and other people don't know. But anyway, so I was in that, and I was running wild, and then I was having kids, and all this stuff still going, and I really couldn't break away from that life, and then made the decision to move to Owensboro, Kentucky. Just one day, just randomly put my finger on a map, and I promise you, it was Owensboro, and that's where I decided to go.
so you had no ties here.
No ties, didn't know a soul. So we get up here, and I'm living here for a little bit, and then I meet somebody who introduces me to the Lord and really helped me out, changed my ways, changed my perspective, everything like that. And I wasn't forced to make any kind of music, but you know how it is when you go to, I'll just say, when you go to a church, like, and they find out you're good at anything, guarantee you they're asking you
They'll
to do it.
grab you right up.
You know what I mean? So
They'll
like,
grab
they're
you up.
like, oh, you're a rapper. And I was like, yeah, because I'd been making a small little baby waves in the rap scene, and they're like, "Oh, you should do Christian rap." I was like, "Oh, that sounds horrible," and they're like, "Well, make it where it's not horrible." So I did my best, but then I also realized the more that you actually grow your relationship with Christ,
it comes easier.
It comes easier, and also He knows who you are at all times.
Yep.
I could get on this show and say all the craziest things, and God know my heart. You know what I mean? He knows what I'm going to say. He knows what I'm going to do. I have a good relationship with God. He knows who I am, and so like you just you don't have to be somebody else. You can be yourself. You can be yourself in Christ.
And that's a stereotype that Christians get. It's like, oh, you changed and all this stuff. It's not really. Like, this is who I am. I'm the same person.
You can't judge people too. You know, you can guide and help guide and give them God's word and all that. You know, but like at the end of the day, I'm not going to, but I could say a cuss word on your show, and people would be like, "Oh my gosh,
and
he
I
just
can
said
bleep you out."
Yeah, you could bleep me out, and they could say, "Oh my gosh, he's not a Christian." Blah blah blah. Does God not love me because I said that?
He loves for less. He loves for more.
I know.
He loves you either way.
I'm about to get people stirred up on your podcast, but
it's okay. I mean, that's what we're here for is to let people know about Jesus.
Yeah.
And not that it's a Christian show, but
no. I get it. I was just telling you.
I'm a Christian. So
I'm a
that's
Christian
what you
too,
get.
so I'm going to say it.
And I will talk about it until I'm blue in the face.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. Like I won't preach at you, and I might have some scriptures that I'll tell you, but unless you get into the word yourself, you ain't going to have that relationship.
Yeah, and I know a lot of scriptures.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
I know you do.
I know a lot.
We talked about it in the parking lot.
I know. Remember that one day?
You're preaching, buddy.
I was preaching.
Yeah.
Said, preach!
Me and Adam Ash were there.
Ash was like, dude, I'd go to...
And Adam said,
go to his church.
I will go to that church.
I'd go to that church.
So that's it might take that. It might take somebody like you or... to witness to somebody and be like, oh, okay, not all Christians are the same. So that's awesome. So yeah, Christian rap, we're not going to play it, but if you want to check it on YouTube, he's chewing ice right now. If you want to check it on YouTube, just search Colt Graves and you'll find his whole catalog, even his early stuff. Yeah. And there you had a music video to it.
Yeah, Word.
Yeah, what was the song?
Word.
That's the song?
That's the one I'm thinking of.
With the cars and the
Word.
Yeah, that Word. Check it out on YouTube. But so you did that, and what happened? Where'd you go from the Christian rap? Because it was some years before.
Yeah. So honestly, I got people make decisions, people make choices, and I end up getting church hurt a little bit. I think a lot of people go through that. Yeah, don't blame it's people. Don't blame the church. You know what I mean? It's people. People are hurting people. That's all it is. And I got church hurt for a little bit, and I was bitter, and then I had to grow and learn. Yeah, I had to mature, honestly. It was me. It was a me thing, honestly. If you actually look at it, you can sit there and let something bother you all day or let somebody else's actions bother you.
But that's the thing, you let it bother you.
Yeah, but it's a choice. Not choosing is a choice, and I chose to let it bother me. So growing and learning and forgiving and going through all that. So I did all that, and I grew, and I became comfortable with myself. And a pastor in Eastern Kentucky, his name's Cody Roberts, is a good friend of mine. He gave me the best advice. He was like, do you think God doesn't love you? You don't think God, it's like if you think about your son, he said, if your son were to act up and do something, are you just going to be like, oh, I don't love you anymore? You know what I mean? Like, and he was just like, so he started talking about relationship with God, and it really just opened my mindset of who I can actually be and, being free and doing what I want to do. So it's cool.
That's awesome. And it's an awesome testimony to give out, because you might have some new fans.
Sure.
Who they didn't know you before.
Yeah.
And they heard Dirt on Me. It's like, oh, this guy is a rebel and this guy is all this stuff. But when you'd never know about somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And songwriting is situational. And it might not always be your story.
Sure.
It might be somebody story.
Sure.
Right. And you bring it to light. And that's the beauty of songwriting is like, especially when you have a group of friends, because you might not go through anything in your life that you can write a song about that anybody would appreciate,
right?
But your buddies do.
Yeah.
So if your buddies, if they're going through, I hate to laugh, but if your buddies are going through like a divorce or a breakup or a new girl, like, hey, tell me how you felt about that.
Here's the thing. So like when we write songs, all my songs are personal to me, and that's true in some sort of fashion.
Yeah. They're
all very, very personal to me. And that's how I express myself. It's hard for me to, even though I can do this kind of talking, you start asking me about my problems, I'm like, and I just shut down. But I can talk about those types of things in music, and it's been super super relatable to people, I would say, because like if I'm talking about relationships, you know, like if I talk about running, I'm thinking about a girl, I'm thinking about my life, I'm hurt. I just want this person to come back. You ever lost a girlfriend before? You know what I mean? Or you broke up with a girlfriend and you actually wanted to stay with her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like there's that feeling. Or have you ever been cheated on? Most people have. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. So everybody's been able to relate in some sort of way. Or have you ever had somebody talk bad about you?
Never.
Throw dirt on you? Put a little dirt on you?
Never.
Yeah.
People love me.
Yeah. So like,
I'm kidding.
no, I know nobody loves you.
Nobody loves me.
I'm trying to figure out what you have on your wife. So she's staying with you.
Stays with me?
Yeah.
You'll
like,
never know. You'll never know.
Bless her.
That's I love you, Colt Graves. Well, let's get back into another music break on 90.3 WKWC.
You've been writing them checks, it ain't nobody gon' cash on me. Finding out ain't the only thing that's fast around this town. But what goes around comes back around. You setting lies on the loose, you thought nobody would catch the way you reeling them in. It's got me throwing them back until I'm faded, until I'm wasted. 'Cause you ain't who you were before. I don't know you anymore. It's still hard to believe it. I lost it all but my mind. The only thing that helps this time, and I can't replace it. Someone save me, I've gone crazy. Sometimes I remind myself I might have lost it all, but I found myself. Someone save me, I've gone crazy. Sometimes I remind myself I might have lost it all, but I found myself. Smoke rolls at the window from a blunt roll to ease the pain. Even my kinfolk, they know on the download that something's changed. They talk to wake up to a breakup and face the day. Pull up Facebook, then it's thrown in your face like makeup. I don't even know what to say, I just can't cope. You and me had chemistry, then we turned into enemies, cause you couldn't match my energy. Now you got the enemy 100 like a centipede, I found my identity. You never thought I'd find out, I guess it's my time to shine now. You grinding, trying to come back around, but I ain't down, I ain't down. Someone save me, I've gone crazy. Sometimes I remind myself I might have lost it all, but I found myself. Someone save me, I've gone crazy. Sometimes I remind myself I might have lost it all, but I found myself. Someone save me, I've gone crazy. Sometimes I remind myself I might have lost it all, but I found myself. Someone save me, I've gone crazy. Sometimes I remind myself I might have lost it all, but I found myself. Lonesome roads are all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. A product of a self-destruct. There ain't no trust and ain't no love in me. Bloodshot eyes and neon signs. I tell myself I'm where I'm meant to be. Late at night, a push my feelings aside and swallow my pride to get back on my feet. But with all these feelings inside, I'm feeling like I can't hardly breathe. Lonesome roads are all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. A product of a self-destruct. There ain't no trust and ain't no love in me. Ain't nothing but a shot at tomorrow. Ain't nothing but a drink out the bottle. Lonesome roads are all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. No blue skies around me. No blue skies around. Yeah. From Antioch to Brentwood, back to Calhoun. Prodigal kid, caught up in the mix. Press bottles to lips and then swallow the sips. Heart hollowed and chipped, that's why I follow the fix. But don't judge him for his actions, cause it's not who he is. Even when facing the odds, I'm the man of respect. Ran up out of options, started chasing the check. Phone dry, but I still check for your texts. And got these tears in my eyes from the cause and effect. So don't be calling me yet, there ain't no calling me yet. I'm alone and upset, in a zone of regret. I need a brace on my neck, just a hold in my head. Cause it ain't all what it seems, I just keep it in check, come on. Lonesome roads are all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. A product of a self-destruct. There ain't no trust and ain't no love in me. Ain't nothing but a shot at tomorrow. Ain't nothing but a drink out the bottle. Lonesome roads are all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. There ain't no trust and ain't no love in me. Ain't nothing but a shot at tomorrow. Ain't nothing but a drink out the bottle. Lonesome roads are all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. No blue skies around me. No blue skies around me.
All right, welcome back to the Forgiven Soldier Radio Show. I'm here with Colt Graves, and we just listened to Crazy and Lonesome Road.
Yes, sir.
Amazing songs.
Thank you.
So Lonesome Road, let's talk about Lonesome Road, because I love the story of how you came about the song. And you told me how you probably told other people as well, but tell the story about how Lonesome Road came about.
So I sold my farm just back in December, but I had horses and everything like that, and we went to Land Between the Lakes to a place called Wranglers, and you ride horses and everything like that. It's my first time I'd ever been on a horse camping trip. The first day I'm there, we get there kind of late. I get set up, everything's fine. Second day's kind of cool. We're riding horses around. It's awesome, but then it just starts raining. It's pouring down rain. We're like, oh my gosh, and we're not in one of those fancy horse trailers that have like the bunks and everything in it. We're in a tent, right? So we're in this tent. Everything's nasty, wet, raining. The water's getting in the tent. We wake up and it's like, oh God, this is miserable. Like we need to leave probably, you know. And we were supposed to stay there for another 2 or 3 days. I was like, look, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to sit out here in this rain. There's mud. You have to take your shoes off, put them on. You know how it is when you're camping. Well, anyway, so the rest, if you want to use the bathroom besides using it in the woods, and you don't really want to use it in the woods just because there's people riding horses everywhere. Yeah. You have to walk about
you
like
got other stuff that can happen.
100 yards away, you know. So before I went down there, I started picking on the guitar, and I always just like kind of coming up with stuff that doesn't make sense. And I came up with the chord progression and the riff for Lonesome Road. I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. I like that. This sounds good. You know, keep in mind, it's gray outside. It's nasty. Well, I walked down to the bathroom, and as I start walking back, it just kind of rings through my head. It was like, Lonesome Road's all I know. There ain't no sunshine or blue skies around me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, a product of self-destruct. There ain't no trust and ain't no love in me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is some fire. So then I went back and I started playing it. I was like, man, this is good. But I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to go any further and mess it up. So I got with my buddy Adam Scott, and he heard it. He was like, oh yeah. He was like, bloodshot eyes and neon sign. I was like, oh my gosh, here we are. And then we just was line for line going through that. And it was really strange because this was the first song that I rapped on. And at this time, like, we weren't considering doing that. You know, we weren't thinking about adding rap to that, to what I was doing. You know, we were still a little bit like hesitant. And Jake Parcel, who's one of my best friends, he's also the producer of all my songs. He was like, dog, you gotta rap. He was like, you've got to just do it. So on his sidewalk at his studio, I wrote the rap, you know, prodigal kid caught up in the mix.
Physically on the sidewalk?
Mm-hmm. No, like, well, on my phone, standing on the sidewalk.
Like chalk?
Yeah, I had the sidewalk chalk.
Yeah.
No, and so like that's how that came about. You know, the next thing you know, we're doing other songs, and it's funny because every rap that I've written, that I've done within this last year, has all been written in some sort of fashion on his sidewalk outside of his studio. Every one of them.
Never move.
He's going to have to move.
Well, hopefully, you know, I mean, he needs a bigger studio.
Yeah.
That's why he would have to move, but he needs to bring the sidewalk with him.
I think you can do that.
Yeah, but you also rapped on Crazy too, the other song, and that song was different, obviously, than Lonesome Roads.
Yeah,
and both of these songs had a music video to them, and I think the music video really. So, what you just talked about of how you came up with Lonesome Road is not in the video. It's totally different. Yeah. So you need to check out the video for Lonesome Road.
It's my favorite video,
and that blew up as well. Not as much as Dirt on Me per se, but that's what kind of that's when the radio stations started coming, and that's when the news articles. Yeah,
Lonesome Roads really started getting the buzz because they're like, oh, this is different. This sounds like it should be on a movie or something. That's what I was catching. I was like, okay. Then Crazy did the over 100,000 just because of how strange and off the video was. It was crazy, right? And I did not expect Dirt on Me to do what it did. I knew it was a cool song.
So you showed me the song before you released it, and we share that stuff with each other, and me and my wife were actually listening to it, and she was like, "He is so talented. Like, how does he come up with this stuff?" I'm like, "Well, he's got life experiences and stuff like that, but like just the song itself is so catchy." My 4-year-old, she's 5 now, but
I love that video.
She loves this song. Yeah. So we have a thing as a family when we're on a road trip or we're driving, is we each get a turn and we each can play one song. Yeah. Right. And every time we come to her, she's like, "Dirt on Me."
Yep.
Play Dirt on Me. She knows she wanted to come to this interview today. I'm like, "Yeah, you can come." Yeah. I was like, "You can't talk though." I was like, "Only when you're talking to."
No talking though.
Only when you're spoken to. And she's like, "But I like to talk." She's like, "I'll stay here with Mom." So she didn't make it in, but she's your biggest fan.
Well, I need to see her soon then.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll get together. But
you have a video that you sent me of her singing, and this girl is getting in it. She's got her eyes closed, shaking her head, just doing all the emotion on it. Oh my God, it made me so happy watching that video.
That's awesome, man, and it made me happy too. Just knowing that, you know, she loves that song so much, and I saw it in the rearview mirror, and I was like, I got to get it.
Yeah, it was cool.
I got to get it.
Really cool.
So, let's take another break. Okay. And then we're going to come back and talk about, some more music with Mr. Colt Graves on 90.3 WKWC.
on a back road. Windows down, don't care where this thing goes. Let a little smoke roll. Not a worry in the world, just trying to free my soul.
Seatbelt light on, music on the iPhone, rolling up the backwoods. Oh, rolling up the backwoods. Rolling up the backwoods. City lights in my rear view as we cruise down these back roads. Cruising down the back roads. Cruising down the back roads. We ain't got time for anyone's bullshit. We just gonna ride on, you know we don't fool with it. And we relax like this.
Cruising on a back road. Windows down, don't care where this thing goes. Let a little smoke roll. Not a worry in the world, just trying to free my soul.
Casey's popping, subs keep rocking, we keep it old school. Yeah, we like it old school. Sunset setting, turkey strutting, we got the best view. Yeah, you know that's right. We've got all night, you know we're gonna get lit. We just gonna post up, reach down, crack one, take a sip. 'Cause that's what we do.
Cruising on a back road. Windows down, don't care where this thing goes. Let a little smoke roll. Not a worry in the world, just trying to free my soul.
Welcome back to the Forgiven Soldier Radio Show on 90.3 WKWC. We have Mr. Colt Graves in the studio with us. You just listened to a song by Tennessee called Back Roads, and then Firewall by Josh Graves,
My grandfather
of Colt Graves, and that's kind of where he gets his
flame.
Your flame, is that what you want to go with?
I don't know what it is.
He gets something from him. He gets his name for sure, but no, he gets his talents and his music mojo, I guess, like doing something different.
I got all the
It's
looks
that
in the
cookie cutter.
family. I got all the looks in the family for sure.
Who told you that?
No one. I just know it in my heart.
That is not the truth.
It's not true?
It's not true.
Ah.
But you got personality, and I
Thanks.
love it.
Thanks.
I love it.
Thanks. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you
Thanks.
for being on the show. I really do
thanks.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for
Hopefully it's a little bit different than what you've been going through.
No. It's been great. Thanks for being late today. I really do appreciate that. We were only 15, 20 minutes late. Is that?
We had a moment though out front. We played some music and
We did.
And I think you're playing a new song. I won't say it, but I think you're playing a newer song
Drown. Yeah.
that's not out yet.
Mm-mm.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about. No, we don't got to talk about the song.
No, we ain't
but
talking about that.
We're going to talk about it. You're on
Okay,
the show.
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what new music do you have coming up for everybody? Like
I've got some
what can
cool
people expect? The same from Dirt on Me, pushing the edge a little bit.
Yeah. So all of it's going to be a little edgy and, but like I've got a song called 3 a.m. and oh my gosh, love it.
By Matchbox 20? You just
By
redoing it?
Matchbox 20. Yep. I'm taking their song and just switching the words.
Switch the words a little
Just
bit.
enough.
Rob won't mind that.
He won't mind. I'm like, hey, Rob,
He'll
homie.
get money.
I'm like, you've already got money. Leave me alone.
Yeah. No, but you have a song 3 a.m.
No, I do have a song called 3 a.m. and it is extremely different. It is a culture changer. This is a song that I truly think, and I don't want to overspeak anything, but I truly think this song has the ability to kind of create some waves and to stir some things up. And that's why I need to stir it up before I can get it
like
really,
Jason
really going.
Aldean waves?
No, not like that. Not quite like that. Probably not. Good publicity is bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, any publicity, but
yep. I don't want to get into
canceled.
I don't want to get into all that stuff because I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, being canceled is not good.
I just stay out of people's stuff, and they're like, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And I'm like, "Hey,
I don't have any thoughts.
No thoughts at all."
Yeah.
I'm just staying to myself on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also have a song called Drown that's just really good. And then there's another song starting to work on right now called Same Boots. And my gosh, this thing's a heater. It's a heater.
I'm excited for it, man. And I get excited for anything. Like any of my friends that do stuff, like I get excited for them. And I like to see them come up. And it's just amazing, like from where I first met you to now.
Yeah.
Like you haven't changed. Your personality has not changed whatsoever, but your passion has and your drive. And I was able to tell a difference in the drive and how you, when you put 100% into something, what it can come up. And I'm super pumped for your future.
Thank you.
Super excited.
Thank you.
And I'm here for the ride. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And looking forward to hopefully you're going to show me some of the songs after we go off air, right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then I'll leak it on the radio,
right?
And that's how I'll get known.
You could do the smartest thing to do is like I send you the Dropbox and then you upload it on and then
I get the likes,
right?
And then I get the plaques,
right?
Let's talk about the plaques, man. That's pretty cool. Like, I mean, from Apple, from Amazon. And so where those sitting at right now?
So I sold my farm and bought a house. And the cool thing about it is like when you walk in, there's like this area, there's like a little bathroom it's like a little hallway area before you go into the living room. And I've got them like all my newspaper clippings, everything. I said, look, I'm going to start hanging things here. And, Kenzie was like, hey, what are you going to hang every newspaper clipping up here? And I said, until I exchange them with plaques. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I gave her the choice. I said, look, we've got this house. I said, you need to decorate it. We stayed there for 3 months. I said, hey, it's your last chance. I'm giving you 3 weeks. If you don't do something, I'm going to do it. 3 weeks came along. What was she? Pregnant? Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, goodness.
There's no excuse.
Yeah, what are you, 9 months pregnant? Grow up.
Yeah.
So I started and I hung my guitars in the living room. And it kind of looked cool. And she kind of messed with it. She was like, yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah. And I was like, all right. Well, then I just started started with my 100,000 streams and my newspaper clippings.
So pretty much you just took over the house.
Took over the whole complete house. And now in that area is, there's 2 plaques hanging up. There's the short film poster, streams, and then 4 newspaper clippings. And I've got a spot over to the other side for a Grammy.
Man, you're going to get it. If anybody can get it, you can get it.
I know.
And I'll be there. I'll buy a ticket to watch you get a Grammy.
You don't have to.
I will.
No,
I've never been to the Grammys. Do people actually buy tickets for Grammys?
I don't really know much about Grammys, but it was just gold and it looked cool, so I wanted to get one.
You can also get an Oscar.
For acting?
Yeah, because you did a movie too. Talk about that movie.
No, it's called Surreal, which my whole life is surreal right now.
Yeah.
It was by Black Flag, and it was really, really cool. Taylor Graves and Christian Potts did this short film and asked me if I'd be a part of it, and I was super excited to because after Lonesome Roads, acting in Lonesome Roads, I had that fire kind of burn in me a little bit, and it was cool because I was able to be one of the main roles in Surreal.
So where can people watch that movie at?
I think they've got it streaming on YouTube right now. Oh, you're handing me a guitar.
So I'm going to give you a guitar. This is what I want, okay? This is impromptu.
Okay.
So we're going to put the mic on this guitar so you can hear it. I want you to lead us in to Dirt on Me. Drop it down there. And while you're getting that situated, I just want to thank Colt Graves for being on the radio show.
In a podcast right now.
He's on the air, Taylor.
Taylor, I'm on the air. I was talking about your movie, and now you're calling. I told you 6 times I was in a podcast today.
That's it. Taylor Graves on the podcast. Everybody give him applause.
Hey, Taylor Graves.
So check him out on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram. He's everywhere. Colt Graves, Dirt on Me.
Mama, I've been catching thrills, won't you please forgive me? And I've been mixing pills with some weed and whiskey. I hope I don't see some blue lights crossing more than yellow lines. Maybe one day they're gonna get me. One day they're gonna get me. One day they're gonna get me. I've been losing sleep just to chase the wrong one. And we've been doing things that we won't speak on. I ain't gonna deny it, no reason to hide it. Say what you want. They love to throw dirt on me like I'm already 6 feet deep. These voices in my head saying live with no regrets. I just need a little room to breathe. So give me my flowers while I'm living. I can't get out of this hole I'm digging. When I ain't around, run my name through the ground, but you ain't gonna bury me. But you can throw dirt on me. Father, I know we ain't talked in a minute. Forgive me for my sins and the way I'm living. I know I'm way past the point of forgiveness, but you're the only one I know that'll listen. They love to throw dirt on me like I'm already 6 feet deep. These voices in my head saying live with no regrets. I just need a little room to breathe. So give me my flowers while I'm living. I can't get out of this hole I'm digging. When I ain't around, run my name through the ground, but you ain't gonna bury me. But you can throw dirt on me. But you can throw dirt on me. They love to throw dirt on me like I'm already 6 feet deep. These voices in my head saying live with no regrets. I just need a little room to breathe. They love to throw dirt on me like I'm already 6 feet deep. These voices in my head saying live with no regrets. I just need a little room